Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be a mid-monthly reading for all of the signs from mid-month May 2018, focusing specifically on the areas of love and relationships and career and finances. For the love and relationships portion of the reading, I'll be using the Chrysalis Tarot by Holly Sierra. And we'll pull an additional oracle card from the Romance Angels Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. And for the career and finance portion, I'll use the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti and pull an oracle card from the Life Purpose Oracle card deck. Just a reminder, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. The only way to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, you can connect with me in a number of ways. The most, the quickest and newest way would be by using the INSTANTGO app on your iPhone or smartphone. It's a great new app that can put us in touch with each other very quickly. If it's just sort of a quick question that you have, we can message each other on it. So I would encourage you to take a look at that. Information for it is in the description box below, but you can just search me up by Changing Phases Tarot once you install the app. Or you could email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com or take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. You'll find information about the types of readings that I offer as well as pricing for the readings. Now, for this month as well, just another reminder, at the end of the month on May 29th, we will be having the next full moon. It's the full moon in Sagittarius, and it's the flower moon. So I'll be putting out, like I usually do, I'll put out a special full moon tarot spread for the full moon, and I also do a giveaway. So be looking out for the special video for the giveaway. And if you're interested, you can you'll watch the video to find out how you can enter into the giveaway to win a free reading with me. It's a one question reading, but I do a 10-card Celtic cross spread, much like I do for the monthly readings. And it's just something that I like to do to give back to everybody who likes my videos and comes on and watches them and subscribes to the channel. I really do appreciate it. So it's just a little something that I do to give back. All right, so I will stop for now, and I will see each of the signs in 1 second for your reading. Hi Aquarius, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your mid-monthly reading for May 2018. As you can see, I've already shuffled off camera and have laid the spread just to save a little bit of time. So let's get into your reading. Starting off with the career and finance part of your reading, we have in the past position the Six of Cups, followed by Major Arcana number 13, the Death card. And the outbound energy for the month, heading into the month of June, Major Arcana number 11, Justice. And the card from the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the next 2 weeks, Major Arcana number 14, Temperance. And the Life Purpose Oracle card that came out for you is Books. You connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. All right, well, first thing I'll say is that out of the 4 cards, 3 of the 4 are Major Arcana. So significant messages, very powerful energy, lots of divine intervention at play here, things really out of your hands, right? And very much in, sort of the universe stepping in and taking over, I would say, over the next couple of weeks. So we have, beginning in the past with the Six of Cups. The Suit of Cups deals with our emotions, our feelings, relationships. It's also the suit of intuition. And the Six of Cups has to do with, it's a very nostalgic card. It's a card of looking back, thinking back on the past. It's a card of memories. This could be, remembering things from your past, from your childhood. There could be some type of connection to people from your past, childhood friends, even a place from your past, like the place where you used to live when you were a child, Might be, I was just thinking something was coming through with, people from your past, but I might come back to that one. But, it does sit in the past position. So as you head into, the last couple of weeks of the month in the recent past, you might have been focusing, there might have been a focus on the past here. It's a very nostalgic card. The caution that goes along with the Six of Cups is not to get too wrapped up, in these memories of the past. It's also sort of a choice of, how we allow the memories of the past to influence our present and our future. It's also sort of a cautionary card in that many times when we think back on, past relationships or even past jobs or past situations, when we look back on them, a lot of times, or sometimes at least, we can do so with these rose-tinted glasses, kind of seeing things as better or as seeming better than what they actually were at the time. So if you have been thinking about somebody from your past or a past job, something you used to do in the past, maybe you've been thinking about going back to doing that. Maybe this is a job and you're reconsidering going back to a job, or you're thinking about getting back into doing something that you used to do, many years ago. That's fine, just kind of be realistic about what that job actually was, or who that person, how they actually were with you, to just be realistic, just don't get caught up in this kind of romanticized sense of nostalgia that surrounds this card sometimes. Now, sitting in the middle, in the present position, obviously time is malleable, so present being whenever you hear this message, you have the Death card. So this is a significant ending, right? A significant ending that gives way to, this brand new beginning, renewal, rebirth. The Death card can be, something like sort of an ending to a way of thinking. The Death card can be, ending a particular chapter in your life. It can be ending, a way of thinking, ending a bad habit. It can also be ending, if you had fears about something, facing those fears and putting an end to those fears. It's really about what comes after the death, because new beginning cannot come about without first experiencing this death. And sometimes, the Death card can be a little bit daunting. It can be a little bit scary because we're heading into something sort of new and unknown. And, it's always difficult to leave behind kind of the familiar and head into the unknown. But it's a necessary ending, and it's a necessary change, and when it's a major arcana card, again, this is the universe stepping in and saying, no, this change is needed. So could be an ending to a job. And when we are looking at career and finance here, so there could be, a change in your job, and it could come about quite suddenly. Maybe this is losing your job, but there's something new coming in after it. So it's an ending, but there's a new beginning wrapped up in this Death card. So there's this new beginning, and you need to sort of release this fear of change, release any anxiety that may be surrounding this new beginning, new job, new chapter. And then ending the month, you have the Justice card as the outbound energy. So another major arcana card. And the Justice card is a very karmic card, right? It speaks of karmic justice. It speaks of balance. And we also have Temperance card is the overall energy of the next 2 weeks, and that's a card that also speaks of balance, right? Of moderation, of balance. So here, beginning with the Justice card first, the Justice card can be, having some type of justice. I mean, you obviously see here the scales of justice. So if you feel as though you have been wronged in some way, if in the past things, maybe they didn't go your way, now this is, things being righted, the scale of justice being tipped in your favor. It can have to do with, like I said, karmic justice. If somebody has treated you unfairly, this could be, the universe coming back around and, setting things right. And this doesn't Well, it doesn't happen, in our time. It doesn't happen when we think it should happen. Many times, or if somebody treats us unfairly, we might think, well, that's just not fair. And, how come they get to do that and nothing ever happens to them? Well, it's not when we think it should happen. Karmic justice it does come around, but it comes around in divine timing when it's supposed to happen, right? This is also a card that speaks of being responsible for your actions and understanding that, your actions in the present are going to have a very obvious, what am I trying to say? A very obvious effect on what happens in your future. So choose carefully, choose wisely, act, take responsibility for your actions now, because what you do now, the seeds that you're planting now are what you're going to reap in the future. So it's about, kind of a time to be, take responsibility for your life and for, where your life is heading from here, but doing so in a very balanced way, in a very moderate way. Again, with this Temperance card as the overall energy, the Temperance card, it goes with doing, things in moderation, right? Everything in moderation. So it's about having that balance in life, finding that balance in life. This can be balancing, different areas of your life. This can be within sort of yourself, like having that, it's eating in a balanced way, it's drinking in a balanced way. It's not overindulging. It's not, drinking too much. It's not, it's doing things in a very balanced manner, So practice this, temperance, practice moderation, but whether this is physically, spiritually, emotionally, it's all about being careful not to get into sort of extremes, right? Extremes in behavior, and then balance. So, how this ties in with career and finances, as far as the Temperance card goes, this could have to do with, your work ethic. Are you working too much? Is there enough balance in your life? Are you balancing your work with your home life? Are you balancing your, are you exercising enough? Are you eating well? Are you overindulging, because you're working too much? And you need to, get outside and do some exercise. It's that type of energy. This could have to do with, definitely, something connected to the past, possibly thinking back on these different moments, in time from your past, possibly thinking back on different careers, different positions that you've held in the past. And then a significant change, but a change for the better, because with the Justice card, the Justice is about things going in your favor, and whatever if this is a new job, if this is you, setting off on a new path, going back possibly to doing something you used to do, there's this cautionary message of, do so in moderation, balance is needed. Then there's some type of, karmic justice coming in here. And then this is, again, a positive card, things going in your favor. So, it does seem that, whatever you're facing here in the present with this significant change and ending in a new beginning, possibly within the workplace or, your career, it does look as though, there's positive energy as long as you remain or as long as you're responsible for your actions and, keep this more balanced, approach things in a more moderate, balanced way. All right, let's take a look at, I don't think I read you the let me find my guidebook here. Books. Oracle card says, let me find it here. Your love of books drew this card to you. You're able to find something interesting between the covers of most work, and your literature interests are wide and varied. So it's not surprising that your life purpose is centered around the written word. For example, you would do well working in a bookstore, library, publishing house, or magazine, or in the media. You may also be drawn to write a book, which the angels will help you with. You can find answers and direction for your career path by intuitively selecting books that call to you, even if the topics seem initially unrelated to your past career, just that there's valuable information within the pages. You're being led along the path of your divine life purpose, one page at a time. That's interesting, because it said, this last part of what I just read about, the topics, if they're unrelated to your past career, there's something with the Six of Cups sitting in the past position here. There's definitely a message coming through, something that you used to do, a position that you held in the past, career from the past, somebody who you knew in one of your jobs from the past. There's a connection there coming through. So maybe it will be a good time to hit a bookstore or library and see what books kind of jump out at you, and even if it seems a little silly, or like, oh, that book I wouldn't usually pick it, take a look at it, skim through the book, look through the table of contents. Maybe something will kind of jump out, and that might be what you're looking for. It might be that kind of spark of inspiration that you're looking for here. All right, let's move on. We have now for your love and relationships. We have in the past position the Companion. This is the King of Spirals, or the King of Wands. And I think I mentioned it in the introduction to the videos, but this particular deck that I'm using for the love and relationships portion of the reading, the Chrysalis Tarot, it has, especially for the Major Arcana and the court cards, it has different meanings, and different names attached to the cards. So I'll explain those as we move through them. So King of Wands in the past position. In the present, you have Major Arcana number 20, Judgment. In this deck, it's called Phoenix. And the outbound energy for the month of May, Seven of Mirrors. This would be the Seven of Cups. And the card from the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the last 2 weeks of the month, you have Major Arcana number 19, the Sun. And the Romance Angels card that came out for you is Romantic Feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay, so starting off with the King of Spirals. This is the suit of spirals in this deck is the suit of wands in the traditional deck, which is fire energy. And the suit of wands, it deals with the day-to-day matters that we deal with, such as our jobs, the home, the chores that we do around the home. That has to do with creative endeavors, projects. It's our own drive and determination and ambition for getting those things done. That sort of our passion for whatever it is. And, the King of Spirals or King of Wands, when we have court cards appear in a reading like this, they can be actual people, especially, in the relationship reading, could be an actual person who's playing a significant role during this time period. If so, this would usually be an older fire sign individual. Again, even though he appears as the king, right, it's not gender specific in these general readings, so it could be male or female, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, but usually it's an older individual, right? And the king, he's really mastered his particular suit. So this King of Wands, he's mastered the suit of wands, and so he's a very dynamic individual. He's kind of a go-getter. He's that leader. He's not afraid to to take risks, sort of set off, be that trailblazer, set off down a path or try that new thing. He's a very he's an exciting individual, and he's people are kind of drawn to him, because of the way that he approaches everything. He's that real kind of go-getter kind of person, so people are naturally drawn to him. He's very charismatic. Now, in this deck, he's called the Companion, and kind of the things that are related to him in this particular deck, like his qualities are, he's a visionary, he's sort of a mentor, so he's somebody to really turn to and, talk things over, think about a course of action. If there's something you're trying to figure out, he's a good person to, to kind of talk things over with. He's a good companion. He's a good listener. So again, this could be somebody, he does sit in the past position. So this could be, somebody who you're already in a relationship with, this fire sign individual. And then where you are in the present is you have the Judgment card. And the Judgment card it speaks of a significant decision, kind of a life-altering decision. A judgment decision, making or being faced with, something that you have to decide upon. It could have to do with this King of Wands individual. It's also a card that speaks of, renewal and rebirth. And you can see, obviously, that in this deck, we have the Phoenix. We know the story of the Phoenix is rising from the ashes. So it's all, even when it might appear as though things are ending, or there's destruction, or there's a fire, out of the fire, something beautiful is burned. So out of the ashes, the Phoenix rises. So it's a very powerful card. It's a card of yes, of choice, resolution, but it's also a card of, of restoration, of rebirth, so could be, going back to this King of Spirals, there could be some type of, restoration or getting back together with this King of Spirals. If there had been some type of, if you've been taking a break from this person, some type of, maybe you've spent a while away from this King of Wands, and now there's this, things coming back. Just like the Phoenix rising from the ashes, just when you thought that the relationship was over, things are kind of coming back again. And then the outbound energy with the Seven of Mirrors. This is a card that oftentimes it speaks of too many choices, having too many choices. The suit of mirrors is the suit of cups in the traditional tarot, and deals with our emotions, our feelings, relationships. It's also the suit of intuition. But you see here, she has, in this deck, it's represented by mirrors. And you see that there are many different mirrors, right? But you can't see it that well. The one in the middle, the big one, it's cracked. There's a big crack down the middle of it. Which again makes me think that, again, for some of you, it's not going to resonate with everybody watching, but for some of you, there could be some choice. And this one mirror is decidedly bigger than the others here. So, this could be, if you started dating again, maybe, you had separated from this King of Wands. If you started dating again, it's kind of like, the big one in the middle, this King of Wands, this is the one that you can't kind of, get over. You're looking at all of the other mirrors, and you're looking at your options. But, there's this one that's broken here in the middle. So, and this is the one that's really kind of catching my eye. So it's, usually I associate this card with, like, if you're dating, it's kind of online dating, or if you're just dating, out of the online environment, it's having many suitors, like having many options, many people for you to date. Maybe you're just kind of dating casually, and you have many options. So it's that type, but it keeps everything very up in the air, when you have, it's kind of like that imagination, and everything is, oh, well, that person's great. Oh, well, that one's great too, and that one too. And I usually I say it's like a child standing in front of a toy store, in front of a candy store, and the child sees all those wonderful things, and it's like, oh, I'd love that one and that one and that one. But until the child actually says, no, I want the whatever it is, the doll in the front row, or I want the car. Until the child chooses something, they're all just, they're all just kind of these dreams, these sort of, in the child's fantasy and up in the window display. So it's all about getting out of your head. It's fine to have options. It's fine to consider your options, but you need to, get out of your head and focus your energies on one of them. And otherwise, you'll never have kind of anything. So, you need to keep a grip, right? Keep a firm grip on what's real, what you really want. Yes, you can weigh your options up. So going back to this, if this is you weighing your options, thinking about getting back with this King of Wands, it's fine to sort of weigh everything up, but it does seem to me like, you can't get that person out of your mind for some reason. And this is very specific. So again, it might not resonate with everybody. And then you have the Sun card shining down over the entire spread as the overall energy for the reading. So if you're considering getting back with this person, the Sun card comes in to say, it's safe for you to do that. It's okay for you to trust in your feelings. This is a big positive yes card. The Sun is probably the most positive card in the entire tarot deck. It is a major arcana. Again, out of these 4 cards, you have 2 major arcanas, and the Sun just basically is a card of enlightenment. It's a card of illumination. It's a card of good health, of just, overall kind of feeling as though everything is right in the world. And so if this is something that you've been debating, go ahead and, and do it. Give that a second try. If this is, if this is not getting back with that person, and this is just you, if you've ended this relationship with this King of Wands, and you've just, you've kind of been trying to figure out, maybe you have been dating, whatever this, I don't know, there's this one mirror who kind of stands out. So if there's one person that's standing out more than the others, obviously this is going to play out differently for everybody. But, the message here is it's okay to trust in, what in your intuition, trust in what you're feeling about this one person here. Because it seems like there's one that stands out from the rest, one that stands out from the crowd. So, romantic feelings. Let me find my guidebook. Let's see what this card has to say. Romantic feelings says, the stirrings within your heart represent the song of romance calling to you. This card comes to you as guidance to follow the pathway of those feelings. Perhaps you've met someone who made your heart leap and you wondered whether to pursue him or her. Well, this card says that the answer is yes. Take action by flirting, asking the person out on a date, or making your feelings known. If you've recently been longing for more romance in your life, this card is a signal to take charge of making that happen. You can romance yourself by, for example, treating yourself to a luxurious massage or a pedicure, buying yourself presents, or watching a romantic movie. You can also actively pursue and attract romance. First, affirm that it is already inside you. A partner definitely brings these feelings to the surface. However, they were within you as a potential initially. The more you affirm, I am romantically loved, the more you attract this condition within yourself and through a relationship. In some cases, you'll receive this card as a signal that you are ready for a new relationship. It then guides you to take action, such as being aware of people you meet who may be potential partners, as well as frequenting places where such potential partners may be. These would be locations or events associated with your hobbies or interests. But okay, so both of these cards are basically, yes cards. So again, whatever, it's like you already know, I feel. And so these cards are just kind of affirming that. They're giving you the positive, the yes that maybe you've been waiting to hear. So I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again. And just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful rest of the month. Bye for now.